Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, our epic RV adventure. Hopefully, this pops out for you. I'm going to leave that one up here for a minute. Hopefully, our guest will be popping in here in the basement shortly, and I can have him pop up. We have David, the producer, coming on today. He has multiple podcasts that he does. One on his own channel, David, the producer, which is Virtual Happy Hour, that he does with his wife, Juliet Miranda. And he also does the other podcast with his wife as well. But they have lots of people on their show. And he's here now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him up. Hello, David. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Good morning. It's good to have you here. I was telling them, I don't know all your podcasts, but I know you got Virtual Happy Hour there on your channel, and then is it Bourbon Soak Stories is the podcast, but it's live on YouTube?
Yeah, Juliet does two shows. My wife, she does Bourbon Soak Live, which is on YouTube, and then she has her podcast that is called. Well, there's a couple podcasts, but the primary podcast that she has is basically off of her first book that she wrote, which was Morning Neurosis. But the podcast is The Unwritable Rant is the name of it.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I saw her on another YouTube channel that I've known for a while and doing an interview there. And so I went over and watched that stuff. So when I saw you get in the chat and saw that you're the one working with her, I really wanted to get you on because the video that you put out of how to get guests and stuff like that, that's a really valuable thing. And I think everybody should go to your channel, David, or the producer, and hopefully I'll get my mods will put a link in here for you. And that was the first one on there. And then I watched, and you had your other podcast on there as well. And I watched some of the one you did with Bruce, and I really like the guests that you get on because it's not always just the most common guest, and a lot of them have really good stories that they share with you. And so I've been really impressed with that.
That's what we try to strive for, is that we want to bring on guests onto Virtual Happy Hour, as well as Juliet's podcast, that are people with just great stories. It's all about good storytelling and, making, telling their kind of journey and what depends on what they're doing, right? Whether it's a comedian and their journey and how they got into comedy and what they're doing with it and what their, kind of end state goals are, as well as like actors. We had on Eric Roberts from the movie, what Batman movie? Dark Knight. He was on our Virtual Happy Hour and just told some great stories about, how he selects his roles and what he does to prepare for a role. And it's just fun stuff like that.
It's really interesting to hear that stuff because as somebody, I was never a content creator most of my life. So as somebody that's doing it now and trying to really get into it, it's really interesting to hear no matter who the person is, there's always the stories where they had a little self-doubt in what they were doing, whether it's a musician and what they were playing or just a person doing newscasts or whatever. Right. So what was your guys's, because she had already had experience dealing with a lot of these rock stars and stuff like that. But what was your experience going through the process of setting up your podcast and like any of the thoughts in your head, like, is this going to work? What are we doing here? And all that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of curious about the process that you went through to come up with it.
Yeah. So with my show on the Virtual Happy Hour that I do, I started that all because of COVID. We were, obviously, at home, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on. We weren't going out of the house. And I thought, Saturday nights, we really weren't or didn't have anything planned for the unforeseeable future. So I said, I'm just going to do a show. I'm just going to throw it out there, see what happens, and ask some of our good friends that have been on her podcast in the past, some celebrity guests, to pop in and have a cocktail, tell stories, just kind of talk through what everyone's going through with COVID. And now that I'm 8 weeks into it, I think I'm going to keep it going. It's kind of weird. I didn't expect to continue to do it, but just thought, people are starting to watch it. People seem to enjoy it, so why not just keep it going? It was just kind of happenstance. There was nothing more than just COVID that had kind of made me want to start it.
Yeah, it kind of seems like serendipity on a lot of the stuff that takes off. Like you hear a lot of those musicians. I was just plucking this song and it came out of the air, and that ends up being their big hit.
Right.
It's so weird how that happens. And what I wanted to ask you is, going into the podcast space,
Mm-hmm.
do you know? Because a lot of us here that are in the chat are YouTubers and stuff like that. Going into the podcasting space, have you noticed there's a larger audience for your interviews and stuff on the podcast area?
There is generally, and I'll say that we've been doing her podcast now for the last 4 years. So we started a lot different. We've met a ton of creators here on YouTube, and it's been awesome because we're learning lots of things from a lot of different people that we didn't know. Because being in podcasting for so long, that we kind of have a formula for that, and we have sponsors, and it's going really well, and that thing, it just kind of chugs along. But the YouTube space, it's still every day we learn something new, and it's interesting and fun and hard work. But at the end of the day, it's worth it if you want to create that much material. But to answer your question about the podcast, we do have really good numbers when we have celebrity guests on her show, but it's hard to be found in podcasting because right now, the latest number is it just hit over 1 million podcasts that are out there. So that's a lot of noise out there, right? So you have to find your audience, you have to differentiate, you have to keep that audience wanting to come back, week after week. And we just published on Sunday her 223rd episode of the podcast, and it's still fun to us. So we'll keep doing it as long as it's still fun.
I think a lot of people around here, that's advice I give to everybody, is if you're not having fun doing it, then why are you doing it? Because honestly, any of the content creation stuff now, unless you get lucky and you have a hit and stuff like that, you're not going to get really rich off of it. Right. So if you're not doing it and having fun, you're just torturing yourself.
It's so true. And we have a lot of friends that are podcasters, obviously been in the community as long as we have, and we've seen people weave in and out because they just get burnt out of doing it over a period of time. So, if there's anything that we learned over the course of the 4 years we've been doing the podcast, is it's okay to take a break. If you want to, take a weekend off and just let your audience know that you'll, have something out the week after. Just, you need that mental break. You need to, get yourself tuned in and not burn yourself out, or else, and we see it, they call it pod fading, right? All these pods that start up and then they hit a certain point and then their numbers either aren't getting any bigger, or they're getting frustrated, or they're just getting, just like I said, burnt out from the content, that they just go away. They pod fade.
I think it's also, like you're talking about the pod fade, they just get burnt out doing the content that they are enjoying too. And then that also feeds into their audio or their video. And then people, even if they're not trying to do it subconsciously, people pick up on the fact that you're not enjoying yourself. And so then they stop listening or watching too. And
I think that you're absolutely right. I think that people can see it, especially here on video, that if you're not enjoying yourself, it's all over your face, right? Just, you can't fool people into thinking that you're having fun when you're not, right?
No, it's it's one of the biggest challenges on here. And like you said, I had to take a break for a while because I looked at my own video and I'm like, I don't want to watch myself be sad. Why would anybody else want to watch it? So I had to take a break, recharge, and all that stuff. You guys just went down to New Orleans
We just
from
moved here.
from Illinois. So
Yeah.
has there been some culture shock that you've experienced so far being down there?
Not really, because we were coming down here like 3 or 4 times a year for like the last 15 years. So this is kind of, we knew where we wanted to end up. But the odd part of it is moving down here during COVID, because we're used to the city being so vibrant and people outside and Bourbon Street and all of that. And none of that's open. Right. So it's kind of apocalyptic when you walk around and you're like, ooh, this is weird, different.
Yeah, that's kind of like going in Vegas right now. It's one of
Right.
those towns where everybody's just out, and yeah, I can't imagine that. So, what made you guys choose New Orleans? Just the scene that's always there. There's always something to do.
Julia, being a writer, by trade, that she, knew that the last few years we've been coming here, she just kept getting more and more inspired for her writing. And we thought, based on what I do for, my day gig, I could live anywhere in the U.S. and do it. So we're like, well, let's just move down there. Let's, all our kids are, out of college and everything else. So, empty nesters kind of a thing. So now's the time to do it. Let's just do it. So we pulled the plug on Chicago and moved down here. Yeah.
Well, you won't definitely won't have those Chicago winters down there to do with.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. If I never see snow again, I'll be a happy man.
It is a challenge.
Where are you
So
based out of, Bob?
I'm in near Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, okay.
So I deal with more rain than snow, but
Yes.
I understand that completely. Uh, when you decided, because I think a lot of people here, I've talked to them about adding a podcast to their strategy for their channel. Um, how was it adding YouTube on top of the podcasting? Was it um, a very extreme curve, or was it a little less because you had already done some of the social media stuff with the podcast?
We were lucky enough that we had, somewhat of a built-in audience with the podcast. So, getting people over there, just, we did a lot of promotion through the podcast to let them know about the new channel and what we put out there. And Juliet's only been doing YouTube now for, it's been about a year. So, but that learning curve was pretty steep for us, steeper than we thought it would be, because once you start introducing, um, not just the visual element of it, but you add on top of that, chats and interacting with the audience. Where podcasting, you're just talking into a mic, and there's no one and no interaction. You're basically you're your own entertainment source, if you will.
Right.
But when you start bringing that into the fold, it took a while to learn how to do that, how to do it, as good as we can. And also just trying to get build that audience outside of just the regular podcast, community that we know and her listeners. It's growing, but her channel is not huge by any stretch of the imagination. I think that right now, I think she sits at like something like 1,600 subs or something like that. But she's we know it's a build over time.
Right.
We don't think it's going to explode overnight or, anything like that. So we're just, taking it week by week.
Right. I was really surprised when I went over there and saw. I'm like, she's only got that many subscribers. That's crazy, because the guests and stuff you guys have had on the video podcast. And I have to say, I prefer to watch the podcast because I like to watch the facial interactions of the guests and all that kind of stuff more so than the audio. But the audio, like they said, a lot of people, all they have time for in their day is the audio. So that's what I was trying to tell Daydream here. He does a morning show, and take the audio from that, edit it up, make it sound better, and he could make a podcast out of his morning show. Just from the
Absolutely.
guest he has on.
Yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers that just take their feed, just pull down the video, rip out the audio, clean it up, and then put it out as a podcast because uh, it's just a different medium for people to listen to your content, right? I mean, a lot of people listen to podcasts in their car. Right now, no one's in their cars driving to work, but they will
Right.
be again soon. That people just like that. They listen to podcasts like they listen to radio, so it's just another way to get your stuff out there.
Yeah, yeah. All the old morning shows back in the day.
Right.
So, and I know I asked you for 15 minutes, and the 15 minutes is up. So I do appreciate you being here.
Oh,
Hopefully,
my pleasure, Bob.
hopefully we can do this again in the future, and maybe I'll see you when I come through New Orleans there.
Yeah, please do look us up. Make sure we'll definitely go out for an adult beverage, Bob.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll
Take
see
care.
you later. So there is David, the producer. I hope you guys enjoyed his show. Please go and check him out over there. And I'll say hello to all you guys. I only have him for 15 minutes, so hello, construction cronies. Thank you for listening while you're at work. Try to get through here through all you guys, of course. Um, Hello, Bob the Raptor. Nice to see you in here. Um, Hello, Linda Barker. And don't forget Van Life with Gina Payne. She's going to be next after me. You'll see me over there. And thank you, Daydream, for the raid, by the way. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, James. How are you today? Hello, Lucky Dog. Hello, Happy Place. Hello, Johnny's. Hello, Rally. Hello, Artist. Hello, Thrifty Angela. Hello, Mel Nettie. Hello, Farm Okie. And hello again, Epic. And hopefully that I got everybody. Oh, and Justin and Christina and the little baby. And the little baby. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Artist. Thank you so much. Definitely go check out his channel. He's a really cool dude. And like I said, that video he's got at the very start, at the very like the first video on his channel is how to ask for guests, and I use those methods to ask him to come on the show. So one of the things that they tell you on there is try, especially if you want a bigger guest, try to limit it to like a 15-minute segment. You'll get a lot more responses. And then also try to, what was I going to say? Try to find something that they can cross promote on your channel. So if they've got something coming up that they are working on or they're really passionate about, have that in your thing to ask them about that you want to share your their story or their mission or whatever they're doing. That's something else to look at. So definitely do that. And today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to have, if you want to come up and talk about your channel, go ahead and click the link and I will bring you up and you guys can talk about what's coming up. I thought I'd do this today as a little thank you for those that are here. So if you want to come up, go ahead and click the StreamYard and you can come up. Hello, Tammy. And if Gina's still here, if she wants to come up and talk about her live, she can do that too. Woo! And Computer Chick's working on a new segment for her channel. So we'll definitely want to check that out because Computer Chick's pretty awesome. I see her in a lot of live streams. She's a really good person to have there. So I wrote down a bunch of things. just a bunch of things that I came up with over this last little time and all that kind of stuff. But I, I thought of things, and I thought of like baseball cards, right? And you have, let's say that your stats of life, right? Whatever stats you have, your income, where you live, whether you graduated college, whatever it is, right? And think of that as your baseball card stats. And I got to thinking, especially after all this started taking off, oh, I love having new people to check out you. Oh, you made a Camo Dave banner. That would be funny. That would be funny. Um, so my baseball card stats, if you looked at those, man, they suck. They suck. But what I got to thinking about is there's one thing that a baseball card stat can never really measure, and that's a person's heart. Because after all this stuff started happening and all these people started agreeing to interviews, I realized that it's not about your baseball card stats. It's about what's in your heart. And so when you're going out there and you're starting to think about what you want to do with your channel or what you want to do with whatever you're doing, start thinking about whether your heart's in it or not. Because your heart being in whatever you're doing will make the difference. If like he was saying about the pod burnout, people that don't or that aren't all in, like in poker, that aren't all in on whatever they're doing, they're going to get burnt out. I can tell you right now, maybe it'll change in the future, but I can tell you right now, I would, I could get up and just film my day every day, even if it was a boring day, and be okay with that. And so, if I can film myself just doing a normal day and be fine with it and be happy with it, anything else that happens, that's going to be an extra bonus for me doing the video. You know what I mean? Oh, I saw somebody pop in the basement. If you want to pop in, please pop in. I have no problem with it. Good morning, burning up the road. There you go. Your heart is in the live streams, exactly. I enjoy doing the live stream every week because I enjoy talking to you guys. And when we have a guest on here, just so you guys know, I'm not trying to ignore you and stuff like that. When we have a guest on here, I try to catch you here on the side, but I want kind of the guests to get a little bit of the attention too because they're here. So I try to get you guys as I can. Don't think that I'm trying to miss you on purpose or that I'm against your guys' channel or anything like that. I'm not. I'm trying to catch it. But when I have a guest on, especially because I don't have another screen set up yet to where I can watch the chat on a separate screen. Here's Gina popped up in the basement. Are you ready, Gina? I'll bring you up. All right.
What's
Hey,
up,
Gina.
Buttercup? What are you doing? I like
What's
your show.
up?
Your show
Thank
was
you.
good,
Thank
buddy.
you.
I am nowhere near as prepared as you are, so my show's more about flying by the seat of my pants.
That's okay though, because I like that. I like that your show is kind of like the hangout, come down show after this show. Like we can all get amped up, and then we can just all go hang out over at your show.
That's right. Yeah, mine is just to see if I can make it through an hour without a big blooper, you know.
Yeah.
And what a weekend! We had a big weekend in this community. What a crazy weekend!
Yeah, yeah. Gus on the dating show. That
yeah,
happened.
I'm still reeling from that. My heart is broken.
I'm sorry.
My cat's heart is broken because they didn't get to play with Gus. So you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll send him a message if I see him down there at Mayberry and be like, that wasn't very nice.
Oh, that's
But
okay. A great lady won the date, but I hope she has fun.
I hope so too. I hope so too. And I think
I
I
did
think
I did receive my turtle wax consolation prize, so I'll be waxing the van. So
nice. It'll be nice and shiny. And I think on YouTube this is the only back-to-back live stream band shows there is. I don't think there's two
probably
back-to-back band live streams.
probably I notice a lot of the van shows that they compete against each other, and that's not the way it should be.
Well, it's not the way it should be, and I think and I really like the way that our whole community tries to work with each other and tries
Right.
to, hey, that's your time for live stream. I mean, you can live stream whenever you want, but people are trying to be respectful. Even our
Right.
epic RV adventure last night, he had to go earlier than he usually does, and he still sent a message to D being like, hey,
Right.
I'm not trying to step on your, and that's the kind of stuff that I think makes our community great because we try to be respectful of each other and not try
Yeah.
to take each other's spotlight at the same time.
Well, you know what I found about that. So, what I like about this community, van life. A lot of people picture van life as the van down by the river, which that's a good place to be. But they, van lives are a little step below. A lot of people that don't know about van life or even RV life, they don't know about that. They consider it kind of a lower step down in society or whatever. But it's not. I live pretty rich. I don't have a lot of money, but I live pretty rich.
Yeah, yeah. I would say we're pretty rich in friends, that's for sure, with
Oh
everybody that's
yeah.
around here. Um,
Oh yeah.
but it that thought is surprising, and I had that thought too till I started getting into van stuff. And
Right.
there's some $150,000 van builds out there that
Oh
look
yeah.
better than any apartment that I've lived in. So
Yeah.
it's just
I
like
have
anything else.
I have with the price of my van, I have 10,000 in it easily. And I mean it goes more every month, I add more to it. But yeah, I've seen vans start out with just an Econoline an empty van and turn into a van that nicer than most apartments I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at what Chrome's done from where
Yeah.
his van started, which was he had basically coat hangers on a piece of pipe. His
Yeah,
first van build.
I
That's what it
remember that.
was. That's what it was. And
Uh-huh.
now he's got nice built-in cabinets and all that stuff. So it
Yeah,
really,
he did it the right way, and I watched him from the beginning like you did, and like his first year he saved 12,000 or $13,000, I think it was, in our first almost year. He saved 13,000, and the second year in rent alone he saved 36,000. So
yeah,
yeah, there's a lot worse ways to live life, that's for sure.
yes, yes, there is. Good morning, Roy and
Hello,
Becky. Nice
Roy
to
and
see you
Becky.
here. Um,
Yeah, now Roy and Becky come on after me. So
oh, they come on
anybody
after
that,
you. All right. So now
yeah,
we got a whole Monday morning lineup now.
and I think burning up the roads is coming on after Roy and Becky. Maybe I didn't get a finalize on that, but
Yeah, yeah. Everybody in here. I think between me and you, if they didn't already know them, they have started to watch Chrome and Cruise
yes,
and
yes.
and he's
Chrome has been my total inspiration to do this. I knew I wanted to do something when I started living different, but he was the inspiration. I'm thinking if a guy and his dog could do it, me and my 5 cats can do it, and
yeah,
it works out.
yeah. And honestly, this van was sitting here when I moved back here after all this stuff happened this winter, and all I was thinking was like, well, I could get a motorhome or whatever, and then came across his videos and saw, hey, he's doing it in a low top Econoline. Well, I got one of those out there, and
Yep.
so, and also just his attitude,
Yeah.
just the way that he is. I
Right.
I I've started any YouTubers that I watch that are negative. I just don't watch them anymore because I don't want to have that bleed over into my stuff.
yeah, his positive attitude is amazing. You know, he was a city boy, and now he's a more of a BLM boy. You know, he spends a lot of time out in the wilderness, and I remember his couple of shows being out there. He was just like, you know, how am I going to do this? But I can do this, you know. And so yeah, he's definitely positive, and he's a no holds bar. He's very. I think he's very honest. I'm sure there's some that, you know, something about him that's not as open, but you know, he's a content creator, and but he when he talks to the camera, he's talking to you like you're there,
Yeah.
and that's how I related to him. Was like when he talks to the camera, it's like he's talking to me, and I related to that, and that's what I try to convey in my videos. My content videos is to create, you're here with me, so we're going to do this. It might be boring to clean the house, but hey, we'll make it fun, you know. And
Yeah, jazz it up with music and all that kind of stuff, and it.
yeah, and definitely he's brought me to tears and laughter. I'd be sitting in a room laughing hard at his videos, and when his disco passed away, that broke my heart. I couldn't watch TV
Yeah,
for 2 or 3 days.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad he got Cruise and all that stuff because
Yeah.
it seemed
You
like
know who
for
got him? You
uh
know who got him Cruise, right?
no.
Jackery. Jackery did.
Wow, that's awesome.
They yeah, when now I'm pretty positive it was Jackery. They paid part of it. I think Cruise was like $1,500 or something, but he had to go to the US to get him, and they helped do that. So yeah, that was awesome.
That's amazing. That's
All
amazing.
right.
I'll take Jack. I'm gonna do like you and build a solar system. But if Jack Raver wants to send me stuff, I'll go ahead and use it. But
Well, you know, Bob, for the price of what I have into this, you could buy a Jackery 500, but I mean, it's kind of a give and take. I mean, I like what I've got, but I can also add another battery. I can also add a power station if I wanted to, you know, like a Jackery, or I would really like to have an EcoFlow. Those are the best. Have you seen those? They're 1,800 watt, and it's
I
just like it's
I,
just a system, and you just set it down and plug it in. And
yeah,
yeah, those are amazing.
I think I've seen that one. That's probably where I'll go to in the future because I think that's also the one that can charge faster. I think
Yes,
it has
okay,
a
an
faster
1,800
charge on it.
watt. You'd have to divide it by 12 to know how many amp hours, but it's a lithium battery, so you can run it down further. And uh, now I am no solar expert, so do not take what I say. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not positive, but you can run it down lower. And uh, that EcoFlow 1,800, it is expensive. It's like $1,200, but it if you bought the amp hour and battery and enough solar panels and you did it all right, you would still spend about that much to have that equal. But it'll
Yeah,
charge up in just a couple of hours on 110, and on solar really fast, and then using 12-volt charging really fast. So yeah, EcoFlow is the way to go. But Jackery's awesome too.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. And
just for my needs were more of
you
having
can burn them, by
something
the
I
way.
could run. Yeah, huh?
Oh, I was just telling them burning up the roads. They can come up here in a little bit because you gotta go get ready for your show in a little bit too. So it's all good.
Yeah, what time is it?
It is
Holy
8:33.
moly, you got me to talking up here. See what you did?
All right. Well, I'll let you go and get ready for your show. I will see
All
you
right,
over there
love.
moderating, putting links in, and yeah, Burning. If you want to come on up.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Thank you, Gina. Go over and see Gina next hour at 9. And Burning, I put the link in there. If you want to click on the link, you can come on up and talk about what you got going on, if you would like. Well, you said you'd like, so hopefully you hop up here. But Gina is real awesome. I hope you go over and check her live out. She's a really fun person. And like she said, her live is, we do random stuff and just talking all that kind of stuff. So she's really awesome. And here is Burning Up the Roads.
Hey,
Hello.
thank you for letting me come up, Bob.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So what do you got? What do you got going on over there at your channel?
Well, just trying to get through that first hour is what we got going on. My husband and I are gonna make an effort to see how this works, and it's definitely producing some anxiety in me. But we're going to talk about some cool stuff and get some information from whoever shows up. I've got some ideas about what might be kind of different and interesting to do. Not wanting to, for lack of a better word, because my mind is still asleep.
I get you.
We're on the West. Gina and I are both in Oregon. I'm
in Washington,
Central.
so I'm
okay. So you're West Coast. Okay, yep. So you're West Coast too.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I've been. So we've got some ideas. We don't know if it'll work, but we're gonna see. And yesterday I believe I'm gonna take over doing the schedule for Share the Air. Nice. And so I was working on that yesterday and completely screwed it up until my son came in at 10 o'clock last night and explained why I was wrong, and he fixed it for me. And so today I've got to do some adjusting of times and people, but I like that kind of work, and I'm fairly reliable. I'm very reliable on it, but I just haven't done it in a while. So I had kind of made some errors, and he's a great teacher. My son knows how to do these kind of things really well. So I'm excited, and I'm nervous and a little confused. I don't have we'll be using our phone. So, and I know already I've got it positioned incorrectly. Okay. It's supposed to be sideways.
Hey, when you come up, it's easier just to click the link from your phone where you've got it in that direction. So.
Okay. Yes, apparently. And so I'm still learning, I'm still learning. And I love all of you. I really have learned so much. I would love to be a van dweller. Desperately. It looks exciting. It looks more like what I wish I could do, but I'm physically unable really to live in that crouching position. I've had 11 back surgeries.
Well, they do have Gina's you can stand up in.
Yes. Now, see, Gina's vehicle, I would love to find one of those. So we're still looking. We've actually got our eye on a small schoolie, and they can't. Yeah, and it's already gutted. It's being used as a little library, a bookmobile, and the guy can't part with it till December. And we want to be able to be in Arizona, hopefully, if there's an RTR this summer or this winter down there. I really want to be able to go to that. So we just have to see. We're still considering like a Class C, just out of being practical, because I can think real impractically. Right. I wish I could live in a van, but then there is Gina in a wonderful van. So a step van. So anyways, and Box Van D, wonderful, beautiful little dwelling. I would love that. But anyways, so I appreciate you letting me come up, and I'm sure you've got more to do. And
no, we can sit here and chit chat. Now you're coming on. You're coming on after Gina's now, right?
Yes.
On Monday. Okay.
No. We're coming on at 11 Pacific. So Gina, and then I believe there's one more, and then us at 11. Okay. 11 Pacific. So that's 2 o'clock Eastern.
Right.
And most of the people who do these shows are all on Eastern time. Yeah. And so, I'm leaving the schedule as though it were Eastern, and I'm noting those couple of us that are Pacific, what our time is Pacific. And so trying to make it as user-friendly as possible.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to know, the easiest way to figure out Eastern to Pacific time is just -3, because it's a 3-hour difference. So that's the easiest way to do it. And thank you, Meant to Be RVing. They are. And I'm not surprised that you haven't slept, Meant to Be RVing. You like to party all night on your live stream.
Oh yes, she they do. You know, I used to do that, and I do like to do it once in a while. But I just, even though they're 3 hours ahead, honest to God, they're outdoing me. You know,
Yeah.
they're outdoing us. So, anyways, I've got some stuff I have to do to prepare.
Okay.
I don't even know when people say they got to go prepare. I don't even know what that means yet. I really
Well,
don't.
some people like to chill out and listen to music before. Some people prepare their notes. Some people have the guests come on a little bit early if they have guests on, and they'll talk to them and get prepared that way. But I do appreciate you coming up, and I will be
Thank
there in your
you.
live stream later today.
Thank you.
I'm
All
really
right.
glad that other people are coming on Mondays because it was kind of barren after me. So I'm glad
Oh,
you
it's
guys are
great.
coming in. So awesome.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you
Awesome.
very much. Have a great
Thank
day
you.
and a great show.
You too.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right. So there was burning up the roads. So um, I'll put the link back in here. If you guys want to talk about what you got going on, please come on up and talk about it. Like I said, I'm really glad that more people are coming on Monday. And um, honestly, the morning time, if you guys are looking and if Vernon's doing the schedule or going to be doing it, she'll know more. But from what I've seen, morning time is pretty open. Um, and there's an audience being built in the morning of a lot of people sticking around. So if you want to get a show on and you want to have some people watching, start a show in the morning, and it will definitely help you out as far as getting an audience goes. And Johnny, that's awesome that you help people volunteer and build out their vans and stuff like that. I don't know if you've been to and seen Enigmatic Nomadics. I have to say that slower, so I say it without being a tongue twister. But he has a van build every year that people go out to, and they have help building their stuff out. And hopefully, I'll be out there about that time and be able to do an interview with him. I've got that set up as well. Oh, and here we got. Hey guys, I got two for you. I got two. You ready? I got Mr. Daydream.
Oh, and here we got.
And
Hey guys, I got two for you. I got two.
And meant to be RVing. They're both up here.
So you have been rock star rated.
Yeah, I have. How you doing, Gary?
Doing awesome. So I just wanted to jump on and say how much we love your show and how you get all these superstars on here. So we got a lot to learn from you.
Hey, I'm trying to bring them into this community, and then it's up to you guys to make a connection after that. But I'm sure if you hit David up and you want him to come talk on your show, just give him a handle. But I'm trying to do this because I know where we're all at and some of the struggles that you have when you're thinking about things. So I like to bring people that are, a lot further up so that we realize we're all in the same boat. We all have the same thoughts. We all have the same fears about our content and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So what's Miss Teresa doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I am here to let y'all know about a little collaboration that a couple of us ladies have and would like to invite y'all to.
Okay.
It's actually going to be a channel of its own, and the show's going to be called Let's Talk About It Live, and we're going to do it Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'll tell you a little bit about it, kind of what it says in our About page. And here it just says, here you will find three women diving into discuss, debate, and explore a variety of topics with no limitations. Join us in the chatterbox and feel free to express yourself and share with us. We want to hear from you and hear what you have to say, so let's talk about it. So, and our first
Awesome.
topic is jobs on Wednesday. So, if y'all want to talk about jobs with us on Wednesday, I'm going to drop a link in a few minutes, and we'd love to have y'all join us.
So I kept
Yeah.
waiting on one of y'all to come up on my show this morning. So see, Bob, you got another rock star before me. I thought I was getting the scoop this morning, and nobody showed up. That's all I can say.
Linda says, Mark, I'm sleepwalking. I am.
Made my feelings hurt.
I've been on the phone with work all morning.
So I want to throw this out here. The morning shows are rocking, and we would love to have more morning shows. If you don't have your morning show when me and Bob's have an hour, we will plug yours. But if you have yours when we're having hours, we're not going to plug yours.
Yeah.
No, all kidding aside, you can't be on our show if you're having a live at the same time somebody else's. So if we all network together, we can all grow together. And
Yeah.
I might not have nothing that you like, but Bob may have something you like. So I may bring Bob on my show and tell about his. And y'all may, even though they're separate times, you may still check out his channel or vice versa. So
Yeah.
always remember when you're scheduling your lives, I done this, and I'm sure Teresa done this, and Bob, you never, when you first start, you don't want to go head to head with somebody that's got, more subscribers, more viewers, because you may do better than them, but you may not.
Yeah. It's just
tough
harder
enough
to do.
start not against somebody. So
Yeah. And we're also just want to say with Lucretia, I think she's going to do a great job with handling the schedule. So I'm sure she'll let y'all know her email or how to get hold of her if you want to get on the schedule.
Which is what Art as was asking here. Get a hold of Burning Up the Road. She's taking care of the schedule, and then she'll let you know when is open. Because like Gary was saying, it works better for all of us because we can all help promote each other and all that stuff if we all have a different time that we go. And there's evidence that it's been working because it's been working for all of us so far.
Yeah.
we all want to be able to help you. It's just hard to help you if you're on the same time as we are. So and so Bob has a different audience than I have. Teresa has a different audience than me and Bob has. Even though there's a lot of similarities, there's still people in there that's not the same.
Yeah.
So
each of us get people coming into our live streams for different channels than each other too.
Oops, I'm trying to get that link over here.
So I'm going to put a plug in for my channel. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a rock star on our show.
Ooh.
So not only we run one night a week, we have a night show, Video Raid Live. That's how we started. And so tomorrow night, we're going to have a rock star. Miss Johnny's Journey is going to be on our channel.
Ooh.
So we're going to talk a little kayaking, a little van life.
Johnny's Journey here. Yeah.
That's going to be great. Awesome.
All right. Here is the Let's Talk About It live link for you all.
If it doesn't work, let me know, but it should. Later tonight will be the thumbnail for a Wednesday night show. So if you go back to it tonight, then thumbnail will be there for somebody to set it. But right now it's just a channel. Also, if anybody would like to guest appear on it, if you have something to talk about, there's an email on our About page. Hit that and let us know what you want to talk about. And we'll bring you up and we'll hit that subject. Let's talk about it together. So we want to be positive.
Yeah. And one of the places I'll tell you, if you guys hop on Instagram, I know it's easier to message me there. And I think both of you guys are. I know Gary's on there too. It's just easier to get a hold of people. So if you ever want to get a hold of the channel, try following them on Instagram. And if they follow you back, I'll follow you back for sure. But it's easier to message on there, back and forth. Like if you want to set something up for interviews or whatever, definitely pop on there. And Rally, who's coming on next is Gina Payne. She was on here just a little bit ago. She'll be on right after me.
I'm gonna go put her link in. You'll see where it says up next, and I'll put Gina Payne's link in there for you.
Yeah. And any of you guys that's starting a live stream, or even if you already have one, we always got room on the morning show. Me and Bob, usually both of us are in meant to be RV, any of us. If we can help you, we will help you. And I'll bring you up. Well, as long as you don't have just some plumb vulgar stuff, some plumb off the wall, we'll promote your channel on our channel. So just email us, and usually all of our emails is on our about page, and usually most of them is the channel name at Gmail. So
Yep. Yeah, a lot of us have the channel name at Gmail. I have that one too. So we're all trying, because we've all been down to where we've all started with 1 subscriber, but we've all had, under 500, under 400. And so we want to help you guys by getting exposure, and it's something that we can do that it doesn't cost us anything, but it's helping another YouTuber, especially if you're serious about it and you want to make something happen. We all want you to be successful, because it helps all of us out, because you're going to learn stuff that we don't know. And hey, one day I might be like, hey, I put you on my show. I saw you do something real cool with your video. How exactly do you do that? It's little stuff like that that really, really helps. Oh, and
it's a great community.
There's Computer Chick too. There's a lot of people that help with video editing and graphics. There's a lot of people here, more and more actually, that aren't RVers. We get a lot of homesteaders. We get a lot of other people in this group too. So it's been really, really awesome.
To Late Night Tuesday. Oh, Johnny.
Oh, look at this. Look at who else we have going live tonight. Justin and Christina, they're coming back on live. That's nice to see.
Right. Yeah. And LaQuisha has your information for that already too, Justin.
And Thrifty Angela, it's all right if you're just listening in the background. We appreciate it anyway. And KNR, hello. I don't know why you guys roll out of bed later than all of us, and we've already had 3 different West Coasters on here. That Raiders fan time, dude. I'm telling you.
Been in bed long either.
Yeah.
I mean, like BRV will go off at like 6, and at 6:30 she's on a live.
Yep. Hey, both of you guys, you Gary and Teresa, I've seen you guys on more live streams, I swear, than anybody else. I love it though. I love seeing you guys and stuff like that. It's funny because I've seen you guys on the most, I think.
We're pretty popular. If you want to network your channel, you have to socialize. That's with business. Yep. I've owned a business. Me and Tammy's been self-employed for 20 plus years. And you don't grow your business by running newspaper ads. That does help. But you grow your business by being social, being in civic clubs, going to dinners at churches, whatever. That's how you grow your business. That's the same way. That's how you grow I would want to be around you guys anyway. Yeah. But the fun part of growing YouTube channels is you can hang out with all your friends and grow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
pretty cool if you have a slot dog nickname. So
yeah. I'm just waiting for you to put the pork rinds on, like crunch them up and put them on top of your slot dog and eat it that way.
I feel like that's an idea. With Bob, live with Gina, that was so much fun. I mean, every single one. Johnny does her lives, and Roy, we hang out with him, and now you got KNR up over there now doing live streams. I mean,
KNR is a hoot.
KNR is doing good.
Kyle or Ryan.
Everybody, that's just cool.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with how KNR, like, they took to it like water, man. Their first live, they were just in there hitting the buttons and everything.
Just get out there and have fun, and that's, be you and have fun. Y'all are doing awesome. So
Bob, you're doing great too. I've seen your channel. It's crazy. I didn't even know you, and it's like, where's he been? Why have I not known Bob?
Well, until I put the work in and started putting the effort in, I'm not surprised. But once I started doing that and started talking to all you guys and all that kind of stuff, I'm glad that you see my stuff now than when I was a lot worse. You know what I mean? I'd rather have eyeballs see it when I'm actually putting out good stuff than when it's bad stuff.
You got me on your dad video.
Yeah,
That
that was.
I've been like that since then. It's just like I'm following him, you know.
See, me and Bob didn't really know. A lot of people say, well, you cut your show for Bob. No, Bob, I didn't know Bob that well. When Bob scheduled his live stream, I didn't really know him that well. And when he put his up there, me and him met after really the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were doing 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I talked to some of my friends and moderators, and we thought, well, let's cut Sunday and Monday an hour and go raid 2 channels and you and the Art of RVing. And so, but anyway, we're gonna have fun helping everybody else. So I gotta go clean up a big coffee spill I just made.
And I got to go.
All right.
I got work. So Bob, it was a pleasure.
All right. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Gary. And thank you for all the raids and all that stuff.
So you guys, you rock, Bob.
Thank you.
I can't wait.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna have to film my show one day.
Oh, hey, whenever you want, you just let me know. I'll be there.
All right, see you, buddy. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Later. Thank you. So there we go. There's Daydream, About Nice Things, and Meant to Be RV, and Gina Payne, and Burning Up the Roads, and David the producer. All in one show. All in one show. And the only one that was planned was David the producer. So, yeah, I will tell you this, Linda. When I danced on top of the van, woo! It wasn't very clean up there yet, so I couldn't really move too much because I would have slipped on the moss that was up there. But you guys are all awesome for coming every day. And Construction Cronies, if you're still in here, that was awesome for you to come. Oh, Tracy UK is here. Hello, thank you for coming. We got a few minutes left, and then we're going to be going over to Van Life from Tina Payne. So stick around for a few minutes. We'll be here for a few minutes longer. But kind of what David was saying with how his began his virtual happy hour because of, you know, the coronavirus and all that kind of stuff. This live kind of started out as I was just playing music that I got off of Epidemic and kind of a radio show. But it changed when I had when I set that video to release for the campaign that I've got going on and started getting interviews and all that kind of stuff. And I've gotten so many interviews now that the only way for me to even get through them, what the amount that I have signed up, and there's more that sign up every day, but the amount that I had signed up to get through them by the end of the year is going to take 6 months of Mondays. So that's crazy. Oh, and we will definitely check out your channel, Rally. I think I'm already subscribed to you, but we will definitely be checking you out. Everybody in here, I can't say they're going to stay, but if they like your channel and everything, they will come and hang out and leave comments and stuff. I always do. And no problem. Anytime, this is just so you guys know, anytime that I have a guest on, if it's a shorter interview, I'm going to open up the floor to you guys to come on and talk about what you have going on. I'd like to get guests for a whole hour, but again, like, you know, like I learned from him, 15 minutes is a lot. It's a lot easier to get somebody for 15 minutes. You know, I mean, think about it. If somebody asks you for 15 minutes of your time, you're more likely to say yes than if somebody asks you for an hour. And hopefully we'll have David back on later. Maybe his, you know, have his wife on and stuff too. But it's one of those things where you just want to start building relationships with these people. And then other people see you had an interview with this person. It gives you more credibility when you go ask another person. So I hope to see you guys all over at Gina Payne's. I'm going to go ahead and click off the screen. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is already uploaded. It's a Shed Wars video with the garden update. The garden's looking really, really good. Thank you, Happy Place. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the video and next Monday on live. Thanks, guys.